So let's talk about the elephant in the room. How do I make sure I know how to communicate with individuals with disabilities and not offend them? You know, at OOD, we've worked with many partners across the country to develop and partner with individuals with disabilities to say it's okay to ask questions. But to ask questions, you got to know how to ask those questions. We partner with Windmills, which is a nationally recognized training, where we go in and work with companies and educate their HR directors and many other employers so that they understand it's okay to interact with individuals with disabilities and how to do that. Making sure that you use people-first language and not putting the individual after the disability. Many small tips like that can make a big difference in the workforce.
Good morning, Lindsay. Good morning. Got a new project for us.
Effective communication can be accomplished by utilizing people-first language, which recognizes the individuals are more than their disability. Concentrate on the individual and not the disability.
So here's what I'd like to tell employers who maybe haven't dealt with someone with a disability as a potential employee and who might be afraid of making a mistake. When I walk into a room for an interview or anywhere really, I'm very aware that this is the first thing that people are going to see. That's okay. We're human and that's part of what I'm carrying, so that makes sense.
Some key points to remember are: behave in the same courteous way you would with anyone else. Refrain from asking about a person's disability unless it's brought up by the individual.
When speaking to me or someone else who is deaf, please remember to speak directly to me, not to my interpreter and not to my companion.
Remember, if you don't know what to do, just ask. Avoid making assumptions and feel free to have an open conversation with the individual.
When someone says, oh gosh, she's blind, you know, if I were blind, I couldn't do that, or goodness, if I were deaf, I couldn't do that, or if I were in a wheelchair, I couldn't do that. Here's what I have to say. I've got a lot of years of experience dealing with this. I have more years than they can count of figuring out how to do things on my own, or figuring out the technology that I need and working with people to make that happen. So that shouldn't even be something that an employer would worry about. I'm the one who's going to be able to help them to say what I need and then to get the job done, because that's what we all want to do.
All right, thanks. I'll catch up with you later.
All right, sounds good.
For more information or to receive specific training on disability etiquette in the workplace, please visit the employer page of our website at ood.ohio.gov.